Hi there, good afternoon, good evening, good afternoon or morning, ladies and gentlemen joining me from across the globe on the Empowerment House online. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll give some time for everyone to join in on the Spotlight series of event, and today is the second session with myself, and we are looking at the theme success blueprints. Simplifying your path to success is the theme. I'll just wait for everyone to come in. I can't see anyone yet. Let me check. Great. Hi, Mari. How are you? Great to have you, and thank you so much for the invitation, for the opportunity. I hope I'm in the right group. I'll just log in to see, and I give time for others to join, and we're going to start straight away. Great, I'm in the right group. I can't see who is there, but I can just see the image. And thank you all so much, Mari, and your incredible team for such an incredible platform of phenomenal women, and for giving me this opportunity to stop by tonight on your Spotlight series to empower everyone in the house, just share wisdom with them and learn from them as well. Great. Should I give a few more minutes? Let's give a few more minutes. And our theme for tonight, success blueprints. In fact, the intention or the theme for this week is about success, defining what success is to you and living it to the fullest. You were born to succeed. Success is your birthright. You actually deserve to succeed in life. But what is success? Let's look at it tonight. And who defines it? Let's look at that tonight. Let me give one more minute for others to join. If the others don't join, maybe I can put you on my profile as well, so my network can join. Am I quite clear? Can you hear me, Mari? Please let me know if you can hear me very well, if I'm clear. Hi, Mari. I can't see anyone. Oh, amazing. Hi, Laura. I can see you now. I think I pushed the comments to the side. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you all. I can see you all now. I thought that was Laura. Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you so much, Mary. It's a true privilege and honor to be able to serve in this wonderful, phenomenal community of empowered women. Thank you. So we have about a few more seconds to start. Let me just check it here so I can maybe. Wonderful. We're going to start. For some reason, I can't share it now to my profile. I'll do that after the live session. So what's our theme for today? Okay, I can actually do a watch party on my profile. I hope it works. I'm just going to focus here, all right? I'll just forget about that. Wonderful. Our theme for tonight is success blueprints. Actually, we want to simplify our pathway to success. So first of all, and Maria has been talking a lot about success, Laura as well during this week. And so what's success to you? I just want to hear that. What is success? What does success mean to you? What defines your success? I will give you 7 blueprints. I mean, a blueprint is simply like a design, a plan. So for you to take that plan, you make it to actually, how can I say, fit your ways, fit your idea or your definition of success. So it becomes bespoke. You know, you make it to align to your purpose of existence. Maybe I'll just actually talk briefly about myself for those of you who don't know me. Actually, I'm the wonderful, inspiring Dr. Sylvia Forchap-Likambi. I'm a leading empowerment and transformation authority. The founder and CEO of Voice of Nations is a community interest company that works to educate, empower, transform the life and status of young girls, women, and their families. I strongly believe that knowledge is power or potential power, and the application of knowledge is actually what brings power and transformation in our life. So it's my heart's conviction, my greatest heart conviction or desire to empower women, young girls, and their families to unlock their authentic identity and life purpose so they can maximize their full potential and achieve a life of purpose and become outstanding leaders in their areas of, speciality, because we are all unique. We are all very unique on planet Earth. There are no 2 similar individuals on Earth, not even identical twins. So we all have a purpose. I mean, we heard about that last week, and this group is talking about purpose a lot. Shastni talk about that. So it's so powerful. And my key strategy, or the first blueprint, the first part, this actually, you can find it later on my book, Principles of Resolution, which I'm kind of rebranding to Success Principles. It's simply a step-by-step guide to enable everyone to achieve. First of all, you identify your goals, your heart's desire, what success means, to you. You set those specific goals, and then you achieve and maintain success. We know too well that in life it's not about achieving success in an area in our life. We've seen a lot of people have achieved success, be it in the area of their health and well-being, where they have lost weight, and unfortunately after a while they are falling back to their old habits and gain all the weight again. So it's not enough to just have success, we must maintain it. But first of all, what is this success, which will be the first blueprint. I'm also the founder of Dr. Sylvia Forchap-Likambi International, where our mission is to transform every single individual on planet Earth, one person at a time. So they do not conform to societal norms and limitations, but they are continually transformed through the renewal of their mind to unleash their authentic identity and life purpose so they could live a fulfilled and glorious life. So the first success principle I'll talk about here is, first of all, what I call my principle of identification, or the blueprint of identification. So we're starting straight away into the series, and I just want to thank Mary again so much. I want to thank Laura so much, and I just want to say, thank you to all you phenomenal women out there. You are incredible. You're social inspiration. There is so much energy in the group. I might not contribute too often because I'm quite busy, but I see all you're doing. You are super amazing. I celebrate you all. Just keep believing in yourself. We are all here to win, as the wonderful phenomenal Marie says. You are born to succeed. Success is each and everyone's birthright. No one was ever born to fail, but we need to step out and actually take authority or take the power. It's like, imagine that some of you were born into a kingdom, but you never knew that, the Queen of England was your mom. You will never take advantage of your birthright as the heir of the king, of the kingdom. So, but you need to understand, so you know that it's your birthright, so you can take possession of it. So the first blueprint we'll look at, I said, the principle of identification, which simply states by the law that when you don't know who you are or what you want in life, there is a great tendency that you will eventually settle for a mediocre life. If I don't know who I am, you don't know who you are, it's evident. I'm going to settle for a mediocre life. Why? Because to live an all-fulfilling and exceptional life, it is paramount that I go back to the basics of self-identification. It's paramount that we all go back to the very basics and fundamental of life, of self-identification. Who are you? Who am I? When I know who I am, I begin to understand my identity defines my purpose. I know my purpose of existence. And your purpose of existence is simply what you were placed on earth to fulfill. When purpose is fulfilled, we talk about success. So we'll start getting some of those definitions. There are 3 key things that define success. It could be in any area of your life, but mark these 3 things: fulfillment, accomplishment, rest. Fulfillment and accomplishment is similar, and that satisfaction, that joy, that inner peace. Whatever you choose to do, for another person, it might be cleaning homes and making people's homes sparkle, and they achieve fulfillment, accomplishment, rest, joy, and peace from doing that. That's when we talk of being successful. For another person, it could be taking care of, elderly people, just making them, stay healthy, be happy about themselves, keeping them company. And the final product is that they feel fulfilled. They feel incredibly amazing. There is always that wow factor, that sense of accomplishments, that sense of inner rest. There is no yearning, there is no unrest, there is no disturbance within us, because purpose is accomplished. So when we don't know who we are, in other words, I cannot know what my purpose is, because I cannot know why I was placed on earth here, for what reason I was placed on earth, what purpose I was placed on earth to accomplish. And unfortunately, no matter how hard I work, how much money I get from my job, I will never feel fulfilled. Let's take a simple example. I love very, you notice that. Please feel free to put your questions there. I might stop if you want, or I might go through the whole series and then take your questions afterwards, because I'm really good at going profoundly. So I might take your questions at the beginning, and I want to go in depth into your questions, which might make us not really complete all that I really want to deliver today. So please bear with me, but I will take any question you have, and any contribution is fully welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you all. I might not see you all, but I truly celebrate you all. I cannot see all wonderful. I can see Christine. I can see Laura. I can see, who else is there? Great. Wonderful. So I want to give a simple example here, very visual. Just look at the parts of my body. You can see my eyes, you can see my nose, you can see my mouth, my ears. Your identity sets them apart. So first and foremost, no one should ever define you by what you are not. Your identity does not define you. Know what you say, for example, you are not good at this. Some of the things we feel that we are not good at are not necessarily a weakness. They are an indication of what we're never born and placed on earth to accomplish. The eye can never talk. The eye can never breathe. If I do not know very well that I am the eyes of this body, and by identification, the fact that I'm an eye, my purpose is to bring sight to this body and bring it to the fullest and let this body thrive in light. Then when I am among noses, I might feel uncomfortable when they tell me, how come you can breathe, eye? You are not good enough. How come you can speak, eye? You are not good enough. What's really wrong with you? Because I don't know my identity. I don't know that I'm an eye. I will try and change. I will try and fit into those set of noses. I will try to be like them, but I could never be like them. Not being able to breathe when I fully know my identity, that I am called eyes. The purpose of an eye is to see, and hence the eyes are equipped only with strength that will enable it to fulfill its purpose. Like the optical lens and whatever, the nose with nostrils. Is any superior than the other? Absolutely no. Is any inferior than the other? Absolutely no. Is any more beautiful? So, and in other words, your identity sets the pace. It puts you at that place of calm, assurance, security, unwavering confidence. Hear my word, unwavering confidence. It's unshakable. Whether you lose your job or not, you know who you are. You know that it took you to get that job, and you can still get another job. Whether the eyes tomorrow, I lose my sight, I might go visit an ophthalmologist, an optician, get the glasses to strengthen my eyes so they can fulfill their purpose better. So when you know yourself is the first step. I want us to pause here, and I just want to ask you these questions. It seems so simple, but it's so profound. And when you start to get this question right, you start to work boldly into your path of success, and you work unapologetically. You don't need permission to do what you were called to do. You don't need approval to do what you were called to do. When the eyes choose not to see, they are doing a great disfavor to the body and they are being selfish. The eyes are meant to see and they must see unapologetically. They can open their eyes and see and make this body to work and not fall and stumble. They are not bragging. There is never something like overconfidence. Absolutely no. There is a fine line between arrogance and confidence. Arrogance is when you feel that because you are extremely good at something, you are superior than another. You are better than another. Confidence is simply trust. Trust in yourself. Trust in your ability and potential to fulfill your purpose. You can never overtrust yourself. The more you trust yourself, the better. And you trust yourself both in your strengths and weaknesses, knowing that I've got weaknesses. I can't count on myself. For example, I'm the eyes. I can't count on my eyes to speak. So I will need the mouth when it comes to speaking. And it humbles you at the same time, knowing that you've got strengths and weaknesses. But remember, your weaknesses never define you. But mark this, there are some weaknesses that will inhibit you from fulfilling your maximum potential and hence succeeding in life. Weaknesses like low self-esteem, lack of confidence, negativity, pettiness, envy. Those are weaknesses that will make you play small. They will inhibit you from fulfilling your greatest potential and thriving at your maximum potential and hence achieving success. So you must work on those type of weaknesses. If you don't have self-confidence, you have limiting beliefs, you keep on, feeling that you're not good enough, there is a problem there. But I'm talking of those strengths, those qualities, those traits you are giving, define you. So who are you? Let me help you further. What are your greatest strengths? What are your weaknesses as well? What are the things you're not so good at? You're absolutely not good at. You will put so much effort to be able to get to an average level in that area. While those who are extremely good at that will thrive effortlessly. What's that thing that you are so good at? You are super good at. Write down 3 key strengths of yours. 3 key strengths that you know that this is Mary. This is just known like this. I'm outstanding. I'm just the leading authority in that field. What are those 3 key strengths? What are those values you hold? Because your identity also comes from those, values, traits. Identity is simply qualities and traits or characteristics that set an individual apart from another or a group of people from another group and so on and so forth. So it starts with you as the individual. So I want you to know who you are first as an individual, because if not, you get lost in groups. When you start identifying yourself based on the class, on the group you belong to, then you as an individual not knowing who you are, when that group is damaged or when you are put out of that group, you feel lost, you feel alone. But first find who you are as a unique individual, then you can step boldly and confidently into any group, knowing that, okay, even though I'm an individual, at the same time a female, that's why I qualify to be amongst females like you in this phenomenal, group of empowerment house, because that's another part that identifies me. But first, I know that I'm a unique individual. So what are those strengths? What are those qualities? What's your passion? What are you so passionate about? What are those things that you will do and you have fulfillment, satisfaction? Remember, success is fulfillment, is satisfaction, is that wow effect. What are those things that you will do even if you are not paid for? You feel amazing, you feel awesome, you feel wonderful. Because when you are successful in life, there is no word like I'm just, it's okay. No, you use words like superb, awesome, amazing, wonderful. Those are the things you do because it's all full, it's in abundance. So what are those things? What do you love doing? What do you enjoy doing? What do you do without any effort? I speak a lot. I love speaking. You will notice that I might speak all through without any single note. Okay, but I'm naturally gifted at that. Like you see, it doesn't take me any effort. I could sleep tonight and someone calls me, Sylvia, go do a talk on this topic. I just sit back and then have that inspiration. And that's my guide. I'm naturally gifted. I don't need to work. I don't need to put a lot of effort to get what I get out there. I really believe you all be blessed by this talk today, but it's my natural feel. Even growing up, my siblings used to call me a talkative. So if you have that child who is a great talkative, maybe they're the next great, inspirational speaker in the world. Don't silence them. Don't silence them. Let them transform it into a positive thing. I used to talk a lot as a child. I would never keep quiet. And I can see that in my children as well. So we've defined ourselves, because without identity, unfortunately, what happens? You will never be able to know your full potential, because you don't even know who you are. You don't know the potentials. And you know what? Abuse is inevitable. What's abuse? Abnormal and use fused together becomes abuse. In other words, abuse is the abnormal use of something, someone, an object, an individual, contrary to the intent of creation or manufacture of that product. If I take a phone and I just destroy it, I'm abusing that phone. If I use something contrary to its intent of manufacture, I'm abusing it. If you smack a woman, hit a woman, hurt a woman, you are abusing the woman. Thus, domestic abuse and all that. The same, a child, you are abusing the child. A male, you are abusing that male. So unfortunately, when you don't know yourself, because you don't know your purpose, so you cannot tell someone clearly. Imagine that I didn't even know the purpose of a book or a phone. I've got my 3-month-old baby playing with my phone, hitting it and eating it up, trying to eat it and damage it. Is my baby mean? Absolutely no. Is my baby evil? Absolutely no. She's ignorant of the purpose of that phone. She doesn't know the purpose of a phone. And if I don't know the purpose of that phone as well, I will let her abuse that phone. Unfortunately, when you don't know who you are, your identity, and hence your purpose, abuse is inevitable. You abuse yourself by playing too small, using yourself for mediocre things when you can achieve much more. Exploitation is inevitable. People will exploit you, making you feel like they are doing you a favor. But because you don't know that you've got so much greatness in you, and they are tapping from your greatness for their own selfish benefits, making you feel like they are adding value to your life. Exploitation is inevitable. And finally, mediocrity is inevitable. You will live below your potential. You will live an average life, because you will not understand that you were born to shine and soar naturally in that given area where you are meant to stand out. So that's our first principle, and that will define what success is for you. As I said, success is what will bring you fulfillment, achievement, joy, accomplishment. What's it for you? Let me take this further, because too often, unfortunately, based on our current situations, we limit our success. We see very little. If I ask everyone now, or some people, I work with a lot of women, I do a lot of workshops. Sometimes I ask them, if you had, what would you love to become? Maybe in 10 years' time. They play small. Some will say, okay, maybe a businesswoman. I'm like, give me more specific. And in the case of identification also, this area, like I said, you must know who you are, and then you start knowing what you want in life. What do you want in life that will bring you success, fulfillment, achievement, and joy? Get that very clearly. You must be specific. You must be specific. Identification is something that sets something apart, humans apart, things apart. You must be specific, very clear, very succinct. What is success to you? What do you want to achieve that you feel you are successful? So when I ask most of these women, they play small. Well, if I just have a job where I earn 30,000, I'll be successful. If I just have this, I now take it further. All of us watching right now, imagine you had no problems on planet Earth. Your relationships were thriving. If right now your health is your problem, you had optimal health and well-being. You were simply thriving in optimal health. If your child was the problem, your child is the best child on planet Earth. If your health or your career was a problem, you have the best job on planet Earth. For those who maybe it's immigration, you are legal, maybe you're British, wherever you are, what nation in the world, you have no problems absolutely in that nation. You had everything. You wanted to have a mansion, you are given a mansion. You live in a mansion, you have 10 cars. So in other words, you will not go to work a single day because you need a wage. You have everything you could ever think in life. And I come and wake you up. Hey, Marie, this amazing, phenomenal lady. What would you do with your life right now? From every single day until you die. Remember, you have no problems. You're thriving in optimal health. Your relationship is thriving. You are career, you have so much money, you're a multi-millionaire, you just have everything. Your mental health is superb. What would you do with your life every single day you wake up until you're dead? Imagine that you were given the opportunity to live again for 20 years. You can't just tell me you go to the beach. Absolutely no. And enjoy it, because there's more to life. What would you do? Think about that. It's linked to your purpose. It's linked to your purpose, because why would you yearn and desire something so much? Not because you have to be rewarded, a wage, or even to be, for someone to say thank you to you, but solely for the fulfillment, satisfaction, joy, and peace you will have from doing that. So we move on to the next stage. I could go on and on that, but again, it's about identification. Write down, set your goals, identify what you want. Every successful person in life, I'm not just talking of millionaires, those who are thriving, one thing is common amongst them. They have definite goals, very clear goals, very clear goals. You ask me what you want to achieve in the next 10 months, 10 years, I will tell you word for word. Things might change, all right? But your purpose is still the bigger picture. Take, for example, I want to travel to Italy. I need a plane to go to Italy. I might take the plane from Liverpool. I might take it from Manchester, anywhere in the UK. I might change my route to the plane station, to the airport, because there was a blockade, something happened. I might change my flight. You might change strategies. I might change the route. But your goal is still the same. Your destination is still the same. Sometimes maybe we are not just doing the right things. And I always tell people, don't think like you failed. We never fail until we give in to defeat. What we call failures are simply feedback of what not to do the next time to take you to your destination. So keep your eyes focused on your destination. Keep your eyes focused on your purpose, the bigger picture. Let's move to your blueprint 2. The second powerful strategy or blueprint, I say, is the principle of motivation. The principle of motivation. And my law states that motivation is the single independent factor that drives and determines success. The greatest independent factor that drives success and fulfillment is intrinsic motivation. Get me clearly? Intrinsic motivation. The greatest and independent factor that drives success and fulfillment again. Fulfillment, satisfaction, accomplishment will determine whether you're successful in life or not. Intrinsic motivation. There are 2 types of motivation. When I come out, just make you feel that wow factor. You feel like you're going to leave this place now and move that mountain in front of you, move all those roadblocks. You feel like you have that superpower. There's been an external motivation from me right now, or the amazing women in this group. If you have no intrinsic motivation, if you have no intrinsic drive, immediately you leave this place, it's going to quench down. The intrinsic why is the true reason why we do that. I like to come to a simple example again. Hunger. The simple reason why I eat is because I'm hungry. The simple reason why I drink water is because I'm thirsty. I cannot be thirsty and go look for food. The intrinsic motivation, for drinking water is thirst. The intrinsic drive for eating food is hunger. When I eat, when I'm not hungry, when I'm full, that's gluttony, that's obesity, whatever. Not obesity, greed. You can't feel satisfied. When you're full, you feel uncomfortable, you feel, and all of that. So you cannot feel that way when you are actually not hungry. You cannot eat if you're not hungry. So the intrinsic drive is the hunger for success. In other words, if you're not hungry for success, you cannot be successful. You don't desire success, you are not hungry for your purpose to be fulfilled, you could simply not accomplish purpose. Because when everything gets stopped, when there is no more drive, when things are at odds, so please don't go there. When things are at odds, you will definitely not be able to move ahead again. Your motive, your why will be the independent factor that will keep pushing you. When you feel like sleeping in that bed, lying down and not waking up to accomplish your goals, your why will be the intrinsic drive. Your intrinsic why, the hunger, will be the reason why you wake up from that bed. Take, for example, if you're hungry, It's so powerful. Let's put it this way. You must be so hungry for success in order to succeed. If you're hungry, no matter how great what I'm speaking right now is, you must go look for food. You'll be like, okay, Sylvia, pause a moment, let me go get my food in the fridge. I'll sit down and eat while I listen to you. It's a drive that tells you to do something. If you don't take action and eat that food, it will continue. Emotions are simply messages that our mind sends to us to do something, to take action. When we don't take action, it amplifies in our brain. Now you start feeling cramps, maybe you have a headache. You must go and eat. You are in the desert, you are thirsty, you are really thirsty. And then you know that if you don't drink after a certain number of days, maybe 30 days, you become extremely dehydrated. Later on, it's a matter of life and death. So you are here on earth to succeed. Success to be a matter of life and death. Because when you succeed, you fulfill your purpose. You should be driven intrinsically that this is the reason I live. You live to fulfill your purpose. You now know who you are. You know your identity. You know your purpose. That's why you are living. Every single day we are blessed and privileged to be alive is because we've not fulfilled our purpose yet there is still potential within us. Potential is untapped ability, untapped potential, untapped talents, gifts. So we still have gifts trapped within us that we are meant to use on earth and impact lives. We are not meant to take them back to the graves. So we are still given the opportunity to live and add value to our world. So when you're hungry in that desert, you know that you've not eaten for, drank water for, you're thirsty, 30 days. You're so tired. You're about giving up. You're about giving up. You're like, I can't do it anymore. You know, like when we say, I've tried. Sylvia, it's 30 days I've been searching for water. But when you understand that this is about life and death, sooner or later you don't have that water, you're going to dehydrate and die. And someone comes and tells you, hey, I was just told there was water a mile away. Yeah, there was a stream of water in that desert. Come on, go. Tell me about it. Are you going to stay there and sleep? If it means crawling, you will crawl on that desert. If it means crawling and you are tired and rest, you will rest. If it means hanging on to the next person that's passing, that I have no longer any strength, I don't have any more strength, I need to get to that water, please help me. You will not be intimidated to ask for help. Rejection cannot make you to stop asking for help. You will understand that this is a matter of life and death, and I want to live, and that water is a mile away. The drive within you, the force within you, the power to propel you forward to reach to that water is powerful. That's intrinsic motivation. And that's the second law. What's your why? Why do you want to achieve what you want to achieve? Why do you want to take this pathway to success? Why do you want to become a coach to define your success so you feel fulfilled? And again, remember, like I said, there are three things. If your motive is as a result of fulfillment, accomplishment, joy, and rest, come on, go for it, lady. Go for it. You're in the right path. If your motives are things like, I want to prove to my dad that I can be successful. I want to prove to my ex that, hey, I can do this. I want to prove to that person, please, please, please. That's no powerful intrinsic drive. It's an extrinsic drive. You're trying to prove to people, to situations, to things. When the going get tough, that type of motivation cannot drive you further. You're going to give up. It's not sufficient to push you. It's not sufficient fuel to take you going when you have no more fuel or energy. If that's your motive, think about it again. That's not the path to success for you. Because guess what? If you want to prove something to someone, or you want to make them to be happy, you want to please your mom, you've worked so hard, you achieve what they desire, because people's expectations are always changing and increasing. And they're like, oh, that's not good enough. Maybe Sylvia, Mary, Laura, no, I think you need to do it this way. Or you have been working so hard to lose some of those pounds to please your spouse, your husband, your partner, and then you have dropped 10 kilos, 10 kgs. And because they want you to become a size 10, they want you to drop 20 kilos. They're like, it's not good enough. You immediately feel demotivated. When you are about to celebrate a massive, massive loss of 10 kilos, if your drive was to become healthy, become energetic, you can feel it in in your body. You've lost 10 kilos. You stop and celebrate yourself. Why? You keep going on that track until you get to your destination, where success is the right destination as long as we are living. Remember, there is still purpose to fulfill, so you are still on that path of success. But the important thing is, every single day, you should live a life that you are fulfilled, you're happy, you're joyful. So you are intentional about being successful on every single day you live. So that's about the motivation. What's your intrinsic drive? Take some time, write that down. 3 things should guide that: fulfillment, satisfaction, joy, and inner peace again. So it's properly in alignment with your purpose. It's in alignment with what actually defines success, whatever area you choose. You want to become a coach because you feel amazing, fulfilled, awesome. You want to become a mentor, you want to become a speaker, you want to become a trainer, you want to become a keep fit trainer because you love just, helping people gain ideal weight, gain a healthy lifestyle. You feel incredibly awesome about yourself. Whether they come back to you to say thank you or not, you understand that there is more blessing in giving than in receiving. Because guess what? When you are full, that's your potential. For example, I've got a full glass of water. I'm full, okay? If I never empty this glass, if I don't serve, I don't share my water with you, this glass remains full forever. And after some time, it's not fresh water. It becomes boring. So that's the same thing with potential. Each time you release, I drink from my glass, to your help. Each time you share, you give away, you have an opportunity to be refilled. You have an opportunity to be replenished. You give out from your vessel. You fill in again. You have more room for another potential. So you are incredibly growing in every single moment. The more you give, the more you get back. Because you have the space, the room to take in more. And it's fresher ideas, new inspiration, and you keep growing. What's our next principle? You know your purpose now. You identify what you want. You know your motivation, your drive. The next thing is actually ambitious. Ambition, it says, let me read it from here. I want to go word for word. But simply, there is all the desire, okay? The law of ambition states that ambition is internally and individually driven. An ambitious goal coupled with an ambitious individual is a powerful fuel and catalyst for success. In other words, ambitious is your desire and willingness to achieve success at all costs. You now know what you are. You know what success means to you. You know your purpose. You know why. You know that the final result is that fulfillment, is that achievement. You are determined. You are willing to exhaust all what it takes within you, all your strengths, all your energies, all your resources. When you have exhausted all of that, you are ready to reach out to Marie, to Laura, to your network and ask for help. When I've exhausted everything within me, my strength, I still have not achieved that ambition, that goal, that success I set for myself. I'm more than happy. I'm willing, to reach out there to people around me without feeling ashamed, without fearing rejection, and ask. You need to desire. In other words, you need to be willing to give your all. We don't use word like try. There's something that I never use. Try. Even my children, I tell them. Trying means you're just telling yourself that, okay, I'm like in or out. If it works, so you already have an option. If it doesn't work, after all, I tried. You do it or you don't do it. No two ways. You're building or you're not building. You're doing or you're not doing. Go in fully with one option and one option only. I'm giving my all. I'm doing this regardless of the results. It says that, no results can come without action. Actions may not always produce the right results, the goals that you want. But guess what? There is no success or fulfillment in life without action. Take action anyway, anyhow. Just step in there and do it fully, wholeheartedly, with your all. Don't do it halfway. So when it doesn't go where you sit back, you must have learned from it. Yeah, I did my best. And now you sit back, you take lessons from that. You become wiser because you understand there are no real failures in life. Remember, they are feedback. What lesson can I draw from this? I gave it my all, yet I didn't achieve the results that I set for myself. What are the lessons to learn? Maybe Sylvia, you need to do this next time this week. You need to go that, you need to ask for help, you need to seek Mary, you need to get more people involved. That you learn, you get feedback, you learn lessons, you become wiser now. So how ambitious are you? How ambitious are the goals you set for yourself? Any goal that doesn't stress you, doesn't take you out of your comfort zone, is not an ambitious goal. It's just a normal, lukewarm goal. Like you talk about those daily lists. When you accomplish, you just tick your list. I woke up, I brush my teeth. We never say, woo, ray, I brush my teeth today. Of course, when you have to be grateful, we are grateful for the fact that I could brush my teeth, I could walk. But I'm saying that it's not like a great achievement. But like Mary was saying, we have to achieve those small things in life. It's so important. I think Laura also said that. Very important, don't get me wrong. But I want to say, those are just the little things in life. This is like things that don't stress you. Then it means I could just live every day and just sleep. And just say, oh, well, I'm happy I slept, and just wake up and just eat breakfast and just sit on my chair. Then I say I'm successful. In other words, it must take you off your comfort zone. You must stretch and be willing to give your all. So that's ambition. And the next one is realization. My principle, the blueprint of realization, says that whatever the mind of mine can conceive, once conceived and written down, confessed, so you conceive it in your mind, you write it down, you speak it, words are life, it becomes life. It's a reality, becomes automatically a reality. Therefore, there are no unrealistic goals. Whatever you conceive in your mind and you write it down, make the goals clear, have the vision. Vision is an internalized mental picture of your ideal life, of your dreams, whatever you visualize in your mind. Take it off your mind, write that vision down, make it clear, and you can run with it, or someone who sees it might support you and run with that vision and accomplish it. So nothing is unrealistic. It's only the timing that's unrealistic. So that's our law of realization. Let no one ever tell you that your dreams are unrealistic. Absolutely no. If you could dream it, if your mind could conceive it, you think about it, then just write it down, profess it. And that's where the power of affirmation comes in, calling those things that are not as if they were and they become reality. Scientific evidence have shown that when you affirm, when you use affirmations, you prophesy, you proclaim, you guarantee things that don't exist yet. Your mind is neuroplastic. It begins to form new neuronal pathways. In other words, it starts forming things that were never there to send those messages, destined for those messages that will help you fulfill that vision that you have envisaged in your mind. So whatever you achieve, it's only timing that can be unrealistic. Let's take, for example, you can come from the poorest background in the world. That does not define who you are. Okay? It's just your background. You've seen some of the poorest people in the world today are multimillionaire. They are living a life of purpose and they are so fulfilled. So you can achieve that. There is nothing that says someone who came from a family where no one has ever been to school, they are all illiterate, cannot become a doctor. Absolutely no. But it's a timing. You can't become a doctor overnight. You can't become a lawyer overnight, not even in 1 week or in 2 weeks. There is a process. It's that timing that will tell. And the bigger your vision is, don't worry. Sit back, relax. See that image clearly. The time, it takes a shorter time for maybe an orange, a lime tree to grow and produce lemons. Am I right? Than a mango tree is bigger and all of that. So the bigger your potential, the bigger your dreams, you need to give more time for that. It's never unrealistic. Let no one ever tell you. I've heard people say, you know, the SMART goals thing. I come and I disagree with that. No goal is unrealistic. It's the timing. Set the goal, whatever you envisage it. Who would have ever said we could have been able to have iPhones today? Apple, all of that, computers. When they envisage it in their mind, you know, the creators or the manufacturers of that, people thought like it's not possible. Because people have never seen it. If you're a creator, only you can first visualize that thing. Everything in life is first created twice. First in the mind and then in the real world. So whatever you create in your mind can become a reality. Just put the time in place. So again, it's about realization. Get your goals. That's why it's so important to set your goals. You know who you are. You know what success is to you. You are ambitious. You know your motive. Set those goals clearly. Take them off your mind. Write it in paper. Visualize it. Speak it out. Affirm it in positive, in present. I am powerful. I'm successful. I'm the greatest inspirational speaker in the world. I'm the greatest lawyer in the world. I'm the best, you know. You're not comparing anybody, but you're talking about yourself. They are good too. They are excellent too. But yeah, you are the best. You are simply the best and the most outstanding. So you define yourself. You don't actually say they are not good as well. You celebrate others and say that to them as well. But you must not compare yourself with another person. You can only compare yourself with the best version of yourself, which is actually who you were born to become. So that realization process, as we live here today, I want to encourage you. Set them. Set those goals. Thank you, Marie. Thank you, fulfillment, accomplishment, and rest. Just set them. Speak. Affirm. And obviously, after time, your conscious mind that may think that, oh, Sylvia, what are you talking about? Or maybe, let me see who is there. Becky, what are you talking about? Christine, remember you can't achieve this. Remember your background. Remember what this person told you, that friend of yours, that partner of yours. You can't succeed. Forget about that. Just focus on that goal. Focus on where you want to go. What people say to you or they did not say to you is irrelevant. Write it down. Affirm it. I am success. I am actually living a purposeful life. I am born to succeed. Success is my birthright. I'm succeeding each new day. I'm adding value to my world because I'm valuable. Prophesy it over and over. And what's the next blueprint? We've looked at about the realization. So there is no goal. Whatever you dream is actually real. You can realize it. Okay? It's not unrealistic. Now, it's about the timing. Like I said, the difference between all of this amazing vision, this great idea of what success is to you, of your purpose, the difference between that dream in your mind and it becoming a reality is time. That's the distance. What will make that time longer and shorter are the actions you take. So time will tell. You want to put a time frame to that. It's so important. It does something to our system when we have time. Like the adrenaline rush. When we talk of the fight or flight mechanism, when you are in danger, your system comes in. Your system doesn't wait for you to think, what do I do? It drops in there. You are stressed. It's a physiological condition to take you out of danger or to let you fight so you conquer that danger and you are victorious so you can live. Or you run away if you cannot conquer it. So it comes in. And when you set time places your system in that mood. Of course, you're not living in panic. You're calm, but you know that I was not born to live, in eternity. One day I'm going to leave planet Earth. I'm born and placed on this earth to fulfill a purpose. No one knows your time. It can be 10 years for one. It can be 20 years. There are no protocols. We've seen children born and they died the same day they were born. Some will go for 36 years when you understand this reality. That's why I never talk of time management. I used to talk about that. I changed my concept. It's effective use of our time. You can't manage what you don't have control over. I don't have control over the amount of time I can live on planet Earth. Some people have died during this COVID-19. You can never manage what you don't have control. Management is simply controlling resources. So you have a reference point where you can bring it back to that reference point. You can't control time when you have no control over time. I don't know how long I'm going to live on earth. You can effectively manage your time. I want you to wake up knowing that you will not live forever. One day you'll be gone. And if you've not fulfilled your purpose, if you've not achieved that great success, fulfillment, that feeling, then when you are gone, unfortunately, there's nothing left behind. Once you've done, you've achieved it, you're gone, guess what? Your legacy stays behind. One of my greatest mentors, Dr. Miles Moore, said, the cemeteries are the wealthiest places in the world. Do you know why? It's not some mine in Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia. It's not some gold mine. The wealthiest places in the world are the cemeteries. If you go to the cemetery at every given time, you've got great minds buried in there, untapped potential, great books that would have changed generation and generations that were never written, trapped within the individuals that are dead and buried in that cemetery. You've got great businesses that might have changed the face of the earth and mankind because of fear. They never started and they were trapped within the owners, the people who were given that mandate and mission to live on earth. They've been trapped and they've died with it. I don't want any of us here today to leave planet earth and go add well to the cemetery. Let's make ourselves the promise today. We're going to live and die empty. I'm going to rid the cemetery of world. I'm not going to go with my potential. I'm not going to go with my world trapped in me. I made the promise today that I am going to live and effectively utilize my time every single day. Set that pace. Write the time. How many years, how many months, and take actions. Do not procrastinate. We're going to the next principle. So just put the time when there is time. Take, for example, how many of us are mothers in here? We know I'm phenomenal with that. We'll wait until our kids are going back to school. I'm going to buy the school uniforms. You just relax. You have about 2 months of holiday, maybe 6 weeks. You're just relaxing. Have you seen the queue in uniform shops? Weekend before schools resume? Time. I can sit back at home. Whether I didn't feel well or not, I know my child is resuming school on Monday. She needs her school uniform. And parents line up, queue up. Time makes us take action. Put time. Don't penalize yourself if you don't achieve it. Be flexible. But just set your goals and say, by this, write the time. Even within the day, that's how I set my goal. I normally put like the time. 1 p.m., I finish this, I accomplish this. It might take longer because the action is really different. But I am guided by that. If I'm not finished with this, I'm not going to the next. And it gives me that drive. So please effectively utilize your time, knowing that your time is valuable. Time is what we have to become successful in life. Time is what we have to add value, and it's exchanged in wealth or currency, whatever we receive back. So let's effectively utilize our time. Add a time scale to that. Don't say, I work with a lot of people who say, I hope to become a businesswoman someday. Put the day. Someday will never come. Tomorrow will never come, because tomorrow I will tell you that tomorrow. Put a definite time. This is what I want to achieve by this date and this time. And you will see the drive will be different. And you've got the motivation, you've got the ambition, the fuel will be different. The fuel will be different. And the next thing we want to move on to, you've got your time. What's the next thing? Is action. Remember again, that time might be 100 years, 20 years. You've got some people who may take 6 years to do a doctorate degree. Some might take 2 years intensive. They are the actions. How intense your actions are. Take actions. Take actions. Never procrastinate. For those who call themselves perfectionists, I just want to disappoint you. There is no perfectionist on planet Earth, okay? It's just a word we use to give ourselves a valid reason to feel good for not taking actions. I'm so sorry. We are perfectly imperfect. As humans, our nature is imperfection. No human is perfect. I can do so many things because I never try for perfection. I just go and do and give my best. And the truth is, if you don't build, look at all the phones. What happens? They change, they increase, they change the technology, they build, because they created the first model. It was not the best. They have something they are working on. You can improve. If you don't take action, you could never have feedback. So if you take that action and fall, you know that next time I'm not going to step my leg there. There is a stone, there is a stumbling block. I'm going to go this way. If you never took that action, that's why we say experience sometimes is the best teacher. Once you've got the experience, because like I said, Marie was saying today, this is really my life. This is my lifestyle, honestly. So it's easier because I'm speaking from my soul. This is how I live my life. So I don't really need to read. This is how I live my life. And success is not some great thing. It's just that fulfillment, accomplishment, and rest that you achieve from living life and fulfilling your purpose. So if you don't take action, there is no success without action. There is no result without action. But not every action may produce a pleasing result. I work out with some group of people. It can be painful sometimes. It's not fun working out sometimes, especially when you're lifting those weights. But the results are outstanding. The results are one of that healthy, fit body is incredible. So take actions, no matter how small it is. Don't make those mighty actions little steps. A journey of 1,000 miles, we've heard this again and again, begins with a simple step. One step at a time. And that gives you a sense of confidence when you start acting. That's the difference between confident people. It's not like they are super excellent. They are just used to doing things. They just act. If you look at all those who are confident, they are used to winning. They just go and win, like Marie says. Because you are used to winning. Even your opponents think you're going to win again. You go and play the match against maybe Liverpool has been winning maybe all its matches now. People just have the mindset they're going to win again. They are champions. They are just used to acting, playing and winning every match. So it's become the norm for them. So it's just by taking actions that you become more confident. It's because you can trust yourself more. You can learn from the actions, from the mistakes you make. Whether you fall, if you've never fallen, you can't know what it means for rising up after a fall. So when you rise up from falling, you learn. It's a great experience. You can teach people what it means rising up. You feel awesome. It's different, the feeling of rising up. You are lifted than when you are just on a level plane. So it's great to fall sometimes so we can get the experience of rising up again, even though from the bottom. But it helps you to be humble. So please take actions. There is nothing like, if you give me my books, all my books, I will change them. But I had to write them and put them out there, and they've benefited millions of people. But there's something, right now I've done a new edition for this. I'm just going to actually rebrand it with Principles of Success. Not New Year's resolution, and it's far bigger because I had a lot of people who wanted more information on finding their identity. So I elaborated more on that area. I elaborated more on every chapter, and that will be out maybe in the next 3 weeks or so. But you can still get this on Amazon. And so the next one then, after taking action, so it's like my law of action or principle of action states that when not accompanied by an action, all goals are simply wishes and dreams. So you can have all the fantastic goals in the world, vision. If not accompanied by an action, they remain wishes forever. And we know of this famous statement, if wishes were horses, beggars would ride, It seems like you have a beautiful frame picture of your life. It will remain a picture forever. It cannot move. So when you don't take action, that's how your dreams remain. They're kind of like embalmed within you, in your mind, and left there forever as dreams. So please take action today, no matter how small it is. And one of the great things about action as well, that makes you relax. You're not anxious. You don't feel depressed. You don't feel like you're a loser. Why? Our mind, remember I said again, emotions are simply messages by our mind to take action. Take, for example, let's go back to that hunger. I'm hungry. My mind is telling me, Sylvia, you need to eat, you're hungry. If I don't eat, my mind keeps amplifying hunger, 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 sense hormones, I start having contraction in my crown, I have cramps, I have headache, my blood vessels dilating and all of that. I'm hungry, okay? I need to eat. If I go get my food now, I've not even eaten. But the moment I get to a restaurant, just the smell of my best meal, I'm like, wow, you bring that plate to me, I've not eaten. Your mind relaxes. Sylvia's taking action. It starts sending feedback. Instead of releasing cortisol, the things that make me stress, it releases relaxants, the things that make me calm and relax, because it's telling your mind, relax, Sylvia is taking action. I've not eaten my food yet. I'm still hungry. I need to finish that food to have that sense of fulfillment and satisfaction. But guess what? The moment I take the first spoon, especially if it's a delicious meal, what happens? You're like, wow, this is superb. This is awesome. You feel awesome. Are you full yet? No. You've taken just one spoon, but your whole dynamics changes. Your chemistry changes. So even that one spoon, it will not make you full yet or be satisfied. You need to eat the entire meal, but it changes the whole scenario. That's exactly what happens when you take those little steps. Little step. 1 teaspoon of your food when you've been hungry for 3 days will never satisfy you, but it makes a huge difference. You begin to feel, wow. And your whole system changes. You need to eat the entire food before you are satisfied. So it's exactly the same thing. When you're used to taking actions, you're never troubled. Like with COVID-19 or no COVID-19, honestly, I was the same. And this has really helped me to learn a lot. I've got a lot of lessons. It's only made me a better person. Challenges always come to make us better. If we embrace them, we are optimistic about them, because we'll always find lessons in them. Because I was confident, I'm going to take my actions one day at a time and do what I have to do. I don't know when my day will come. But the most important thing is I live every single day fully and wholeheartedly, living my life and fulfilling purpose. So when that day comes, you're going without any regrets. So I just wish that you take actions. Our greatest regrets in life will not be the things that we actually did and failed, but the things that we yearn to do and we never did them. So please take action today. Do not procrastinate any longer. There is no perfectionist, okay? Just take action. And then finally, when we've taken action, finally, it's not about action, action, action. Remember we said rest. My final principle. Successful people don't work 24 hours. They rest, they sleep, they relax. After all is done and said, it's time for you to sit back and relax in confidence. Letting the law of sowing and reaping works for you. The law of attraction works for you. Like attract like. What you sow, you will reap. You've sown everything. You've done everything. Sit back and relax. Take time off. Don't work. Without getting some time off, never feel guilty to take a break and rest. Rest when you can. Keep going every single day to achieve success. But rest if you must rest. Sit if you must sit and take a break. Walk if you must walk. You don't have to run all the time. Hop if you must hop. Sit back. Sleep if you must sleep. But you know what? You're confident because you know who you are. You know your purpose. It's like when the eyes go tonight. After it's worked the whole day, it's giving this beautiful body of yours, light to see. So it might walk and not stumble. It might be able to know where it's going to and walk confidently. At night when your eyes say, hey, guess what? I've worked all night to save this body. I need to retire now and rest. You need to rest for your own purpose. You need to revive your body. You need to replenish your strength. We are only humans. This physical body is not a robot. It's not a machine. It needs to rest. That's why some people work, and they eventually have nervous breakdown. When you know what success is, you never get into nervous breakdown. Because it's fun. It's about fulfillment. It's about accomplishment. It's about tranquility. It's about rest. When you start feeling stressed, you're out of alignment with your purpose, with your success. So it's time for you to sit back, take some rest, relax. When you go out there and sow a seed, maybe so many of us have planted during this period while we are in lockdown, you sowed maybe an orange seed. You don't go every single day and looking, oh my goodness, it's not yet time. First of all, there's a season for sowing and there's a season for harvest. Between that, there is a process of nurturing and growth. It takes time, and based on your purpose, again, how big your dream is, it's going to take longer or shorter. You cannot look at your friends whose dreams are already coming into fruition and you feel like you are doing nothing. You cannot look at the friend who planted lemons and the fruits are already coming out while you planted oranges that may need more time, and you're feeling like you're not adequate. How come your oranges have not actually sprouted or they have not produced fruits yet? There are seasons. There are seasons in life. There's a time to rest. There's a time to laugh. There's a time to mourn. There's a time to cry. Seasons never last forever. You've just sown. You're confident. You've sown the seed that you want. Once you're confident, you know what you want in life. You know what success is to you. And you're determined, passionate, and devoted to work towards your success. Relax. I tell people, and this is really, with all humility, there is no way I can fail in life. This is my purpose. This is the reason why I was born. When you know you are living your purpose, until you are dead, because you were placed to live that very purpose, until the eyes give up, they are dead or they can't see again. When this body finally dies, the eyes rest and they say, rest in peace. The eyes close. That's when you know that, okay, I've worked, I've accomplished purpose. When this body had to live to fulfill its purpose on earth, now I'm gone. When you are confident that success is about you fulfilling your purpose, you are not fearful. You know that every lesson, you will sometimes not get it right. It might take 10 years, you might not be there yet. But guess what? They are feedback. And they are pruning and shaping you to become nothing short of the best version of yourself. So you might go out and thrive. I will definitely leave you here. I will recap. Then if you have any questions, I'm going to take those questions. Let me see. Hope. How can you tell the difference between passion and purpose? I love that. I'm passionate about politics and animal rescue, but how can I tell which one is my purpose? I love that. I love that. Passion is usually linked to your purpose. You will not have a purpose you are not passionate about. Let me repeat, passion is usually linked to your purpose because passion is fuel, passion is energy, passion is like a drive. So you were given that passion, that fire to keep your purpose alive. So it never dies. So you are reminded every single day is for this very reason you were born to live. And the truth is, you might not have just one purpose in life. We are multidimensional. So don't limit yourself. All right? Like at the same time, the mouth. This mouth speaks. This mouth eats. It's got teeth, so you might be dynamic. You might be gifted in areas that you have to fulfill different things. So, but it's really for you to go now to the next step. Which will be my purpose? Ask yourself the next question, the motive. You're passionate about it? Yes. Why do I want to get into politics? Why do I want to get into animal rescue? You now see, waiting. Which will bring you more satisfaction, fulfillment. If you were to choose, if you were told you have 2 more days to live on planet Earth, whatever you do, you will succeed. Choose right now. Would you go for animal or would you go for politics? 2 more days, you will succeed. You've got to accomplish purpose. What do you want your legacy? So your legacy can give you a guide as well. So once you know that you are passionate, passion is there for every purpose you have. You must have the passion. So it's simply the fuel that will drive you so you don't give up, because there are rocky mountains. There are enormous challenges along the road. It's so rocky. If I tell you the journey is rocky, I've been like up and down, it's mountainous. But you know what? The fuel. Like a plane which has so much fuel, or a car which is full, you can drive to London without stopping. If my car is not full, if I don't have fuel, I'll end maybe in Manchester. I need to top up. So passion is like that fuel. So you can keep going. You can keep driving until the final day when you exit planet Earth by your dead. So think about that. Write that. Why do you want politics? Your why, your motive. Remember again, fulfillment, accomplishment, that rest. Never to please someone, never to prove something. Maybe you want to add value, you want to change a specific area of the law, whatever it is. How will you feel? Even if people don't say thank you to you, is that fulfillment that you will feel going back and sitting back knowing that, yes, I added value. I made a difference in someone's life. And if you were giving time becomes a factor now. What would you choose? Go for that. But again, you can have two purposes. You can still be in politics. Maybe you go into politics, you have greater power, and then you choose to set a law with regards to animal rescue, to protect animals. So that could still be you. Okay? So it's not like you're choosing. If you have that passion, just keep going. Thank you. I hope I responded well to that. Hope. Let's see. Oh, you're incredible. Thank you, my darling Mary. Just like you, we are incredible. We are super incredible. Being specific is my problem area. Sure, that's Laura. Yeah, it is really awesome to be specific, Laura. It's just so awesome. It's like, if I ask you, what part of the body cannot see? Let's name it. The eye, the mouth cannot see, the nose cannot see, the ear cannot see. You know, we can name all of these. What part of the body see is what's important. If I need my body to see, I need to be able to identify the part of the body that I cannot see. When I exclude the things that I cannot do or the things that I cannot want. So Laura, this might help you. You get to your goal by exclusion, but that's not enough. But it's simply to limit your choices. So for some of us, I want you to think about it this way. What is the kind of career I will never do? Even if I was told it's the last thing to do. I know, for example, I will never go still. I would rather become a beggar, okay? If I got to the stage where I had no money, I would rather go and sit on the street. I will hold on to Mary. Mary, you must provide food for me every single day and beg. You know what? Rather than going to break or steal, I'll go beg food. So do by elimination. Have your selection by elimination. What are those things that you will never do? Based on your values, again, is who you are. Based on the core beliefs you hold. You will never kill, for example, for money, for success. Exclude them. So it makes your choices limited. But again, we must now go to what is it I want? Because it's the thing that you want that will bring about transformation in your life. It's me identifying, when I ask you, identify the part of the body that can see. Only when you identify that part can you maximize the power and the purpose of that part. If I never knew the eyes were the part of the body that see, I might be walking and stumbling because my eyes are closed. And I walk and fall 1,000 times. I cannot wake up simply because I cannot identify the parts of my body that can see. When I identify it, it's resolved the problem. It brings transformation in my entire being because I will never walk and stumble anymore. It's like when you go to a dark room. Okay, we'll meet darkness in our life. There might be problems, challenges. If you knew the one strategy, the solution for darkness is light. All I need to do when I get into a dark room, identify the switch, the light, and turn it on. So it's not about why is it dark, this, that, or what don't I want in this room. It's about the solution. So for some of you, Laura, maybe we'll help you by eliminating, and then you become specific. Again, let these three things guide you. What I want that will bring me fulfillment, success, achievement. You might even go further, to think about, if I'm not working for money, if I'm not working to please people, what is it that I want to do? And just start by setting very simple goals. I have a series of mentees, just simple, like every single day, you guide yourself with specific action. Mothers, we can be so known for doing everything and anything. At the end of the day, we feel so tired because we've been doing things for everybody. But if you ask us what have we really done for the day, we've just been everywhere. So just start as simple as that. Today morning, I'm going to have maybe cereals for breakfast. Not just anything I stump my eye on, first. I'm going to have tea, healthy tea, water for breakfast. Simple. All is about training. Practice makes perfect. We can never get to perfection. It's just a word. But with practice, you become more skillful and you can do it easily. So just start with basic everyday life. Make sure that you're trying to be specific with what you want. Even going to a shop, specify, I want to go and get a skirt, a top, a black dress, a yellow dress, and not any other color. So in that way, you train your muscles of specificity, if there's any such muscle. I'm just exaggerating now. Your life, your rules, or you define what success means to you in each area, or show the world what you can Wonderful, wonderful. I love what Marie said. This should go in every area of your life. I've just said it generally, but I want you, like, even if you look at this book at the end, it takes all the areas of your life, because the truth is, in personal development, we have something we call the wheel of life. You know, literally life goes around. It's like the wheel of a car. Whether there's a tiny puncture in a single part of that tire, sooner or later, my car, the wheel is going to actually be deflated. I can't drive that car again. A tiny little hole will cause problems. So we have different areas of our life: our personal development, spiritual development, our health, mental, emotional, physical, and psychological health and well-being, our career, our vocation, our relationships. You know, maybe it's marriage with your children, and, you know, friendships. In every area of your life, you must go and define, in the area of my health, what does success mean to you? In other words, what type of health do I want to have? Mental health, that I will feel fulfilled, satisfied, and at rest. I don't feel anxious. I don't feel disturbed. What kind of physical health do I want to achieve? You know why? Remember, again, it's about me. Because when I have this type of health, this type of body shape, not because I want to please that, I want to compare with those who are size 0 or whatever, but because I'm going to have that sense of accomplishment, that sense of fulfillment, that sense of rest, of tranquil. So every single goal in the area of your career, what does success mean to you? What career path? What is it? How much for you? Because for someone, being a multimillionaire is not success for them. You know, you have some people who are so rich, and unfortunately their lives are void. You've seen that people, multimillionaires, take away their lives, commit suicide. It really shows, unfortunately, when we feel we are worthless, we are not valuable, and that tells us we've misplaced our purpose, our true purpose of living. And so we're never successful, even though in the eyes of others, they thought we're successful. Mary always says this: it's not how your life feels to others, it's how it feels to you. I love that, Mary. I love that. You couldn't have said it any better, and thanks for that. Oh, so, oh, Shatley, thank you, darling. I didn't even see you. You are super awesome as well. We have a group of phenomenal women here, but you see, I'm just doing my thing. I'm not intimidated, because I know we are all unique. It's just you. Don't be intimidated by anyone. You know, you might think I'm super. You are super, super, super awesome. More super than me when you find your area and your gifts. You just thrive. You do it effortlessly. It's like breathing in and out. You are born to breathe. It's when there's a problem, you know, with that it doesn't breathe, the nose doesn't breathe well, or there's a problem with my lungs. I will do everything in my power to open women's eyes. Oh, amazing, amazing. I love that. I love that, Mary. You know, make sure the women have to open it as well, because you can open it, then when you let go, then they close it. I'm just joking. So women, she will do everything, but you know, it says that you could do everything, and honestly, empowerment is simply enabling us to access the power, authority, and influence we have within us, and use that when we deal with people, society, and institutions. We all got power within us. You've got the power. No one is coming to give you power. Marie, everyone here is helping you to unlock that power. That's why it always says unlock your potential. It's always been there. It doesn't say fine, unveil. It's always been there, but it's veiled, it's covered. Unleash. It's always been there. It's been tied, maybe to the past, to the rough past. We want to unlock it. Let's get that key and unlock it. Marie, you need to maybe unlock some of those potentials and go away with the keys. Some women might have thrown the keys away, because I've seen women, they really want to change, but they are held to their past. I'm like, come on, let's go. They're like, Sylvia, I know I love that life, but I can't go. They are tied to the past. They see the bright future ahead of them. Let go. Let go. Your past doesn't define you. Your past is holding you back from that exceptional future and success. That's your birthright and that you deserve. Go for it. Let go your past. Your past does not define you. Your past is there to give a message. What you think a message might be a mess. I just want to remind you, women, it doesn't matter what you've gone through in your life. What you thought is a mess, I always say, is a message of hope and inspiration to someone who go through that same problem. You are a true testimonial that success is possible in that area. I tell some of my students or mentees, people I coach, clients sometimes, for example, I might be really great. I might be really inspirational, okay? I've never been an addict, all right? As much as I know, when I work with people and when I work with people who are addicted, it is vital that I bring role models who are addicts, because there is power. There is power in that. They can't really see my life and relate to it. I need to bring the lives of those who have been through that. So if you had gone through addiction in your life at one point in time, you stand a greater chance. Maybe the reason was to lift up men and women who are going through addiction in times like this. Because you've gone through, you were not choked, you didn't drown, you overcame it. You are a powerful message of hope to them that it's possible to overcome addiction. Sylvia was once addicted, but in me, if I speak to them, they see everything. And that's why I need to bring role models so they can see, maybe they can see that your own situation was even worse, yet you didn't give up. You triumphed. You are a powerful message of hope. I always say our life is the greatest testimonial of our authority. If you went through something that you thought it was damaging, you overcame it. You never was destroyed or killed. You are still living. Change is the only thing in life that is constant. Change is coming your way right now, in the seconds, in the minutes, in the hours. Believe in it. Be hopeful. And you will be changed. Your life, past experiences will be a great message of hope for someone who is going through that or will go through that in the future. And you can be an excellent role model to them. So never be ashamed of your past. Embrace it. Shasni says, I love connecting with women who are looking to up-level, amazing, up-level and do soul and wonderful. It's powerful. It's powerful. Energy flows. It really does flow. Focus on your goals. Knowing yourself and your purpose, vital. It's vital. There is just no way, honestly. You're going to live another person's life. And you're going to try to fit into boxes. You just be yourself and you live authentically. When you're authentic, you flow. That's just what you were born to do. Intrinsic motivation. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. We have greatness within us. We all do. When you know your why, yep. Great. Is there any other question I've missed? Mary, help me. Asking for help is so important. It's so important. I always say, like in my other book, 7 Powerful Strategies for Overcoming Life Challenges, that helped me a lot. My greatest challenge in my life, if you see me and my husband now, you can think we are the most incredible couples. My greatest challenge in my life that has taken me to rock bottom has been in my marriage. Yet, there is nothing in my life that has shaped me into the powerful, phenomenal, confident woman that I am right now, if not of those challenges. They've shaped me tremendously. And through those challenges, I wrote that book. Because those are the strategies. And when you are deliberate, it's simply knowing those strategies. So you have a tool. Knowing that I need this tool. It's like you walk into a dark room. You know that the only solution for darkness is light. You don't panic. The room is dark. Where is the light? Turn on the light. And there is light. I get through a challenging situation in life. Here, I don't panic. What's my first strategy? I reflect, look within me. So like you said, and one of the things is the power of asking. There is tremendous power of asking. Asking is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. It means that you know yourself so well, that you know that you have exhausted your greatest strengths. You know your limits, because no one has, strengths without weaknesses. And I know that because I know myself fully well. I'm not gifted at one area. I've maximized all my strength. I need to seek Mary for help. So it's a sign of confidence when you ask. Never be afraid of rejection. Ask anyway. There are only 2 responses, yes or no. And guess what? Whether you receive a rejection or not, it's not really about you. The person might genuinely not have to give you. All right? But you will learn something. You never go away from an ask without becoming a better person. Whether you get a yes or a no. So you have nothing to lose. You come out of there with a yes, which is awesome. So you get your goal sorted. Or with a no, but a lesson. You're never the same person you were previously to asking. You must get to a better position. Getting wisdom, maybe you need to ask more. Upscale your asking. Ask better, ask specifically, or maybe ask more people. That might just be the lesson. So I love that. I apply a formula to working out your purpose. Wonderful, wonderful. I love that. Skiers with me. I love your passion. Thank you, Laura. You see, I need the passion because it's my purpose. When the passion is there, it fuels you. I can be sleeping and you wake me up. It tells Sylvia, come on. And honestly, whenever I serve, it's happened times when I have workshops, I feel like I have a headache when I go speak. That's when you know your purpose. It's like an energy. Because like I said, I've given. I'm immediately replenished. I feel awesome. I feel incredibly awesome. I do a lot of lives. I was doing a live once and I came live just because I said I was going to do live. I was going to talk on something on perception. And I said I'll be live just for 10 minutes because I'm not feeling fine. Guess what? I ended up there for an hour plus because the energy, that's why your passion, you're giving passion to push your purpose, It's fuel. It's like you never need to go to the fuel station. You have natural fuel within you. You have natural fear. So your car can break down. This body cannot break down because it keeps you going. Let me see again. Always reach out. Your female empowerment community is where you're, Maria, are doing amazing, honestly. This is so powerful to get all these incredible women together. It's better to regret things, very better to regret things done than things you have not done. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. So, as Nikki said, just do it. Just do it. Really. There is never a right time to do anything good. If you're doing something that's good, just do it. It's like the nose cannot say there's a right time for me to breathe. It's good for the nose to breathe, to give you a breathe anytime, anyhow. Just do it. Okay? This is soothing, talking about the oranges. I love that. I always use that a lot, isn't it? Thrive ladies. Thank you. Yes, no limits to purpose. Thank you all. Thank you all. Process of elimination. This is really good. Thank you, Laura. One person's rejection is God's protection. I love that. I love that. I love that. Marie, find your passion. So I'm sure I've seen everything, and I thank you all, amazing, phenomenal women, for your great contribution, for your great input. And if you need any support, I mean, the amazing Marie is there, they're incredible women, Laura, all out there. You can also reach out to me. I'm more than happy to support. And maybe if you want this book, and it's called, you can get that. You see the principles there, principles of resolution, a practical step-by-step guide to enable you to identify, set, and accomplish your life goals. Again, like I said, in another edition is coming up, and I've just rebranded it. That's why I also gave this title. It's like Blueprints for Success. So thank you so much, Marie, and I love you all. And just go out there, find your purpose. Let's just recap again. What are these key strategies or blueprints? Identification, the law of identification. Go identify who you are, what you want in life, so you can have fulfillment, achievement, and rest, which is success. And again, the next one, your motive, that intrinsic motivation. Whatever we do in life, whether we are aware or not, there is an intrinsic motivation that drives us into taking that action. The earlier we become aware of that, the better, so we can become deliberate and intentional when we do things. So you must get your motives right. Again, not to please people, but what will bring you fulfillment and accomplishment and that rest. So you go for it if that's your reason. And then we've got the ambition. You must be ambitious. You want to set goals that you are willing to give your all. You're not going to try. You do it. You just simply do it. There is no failure. Remember, it will be feedback. You give your all. When you've exhausted your greatest strengths, ask for help. Meet Mary, pull her. Don't let her go. Meet Laura. Meet Shasni. Don't let them go. Meet me. Just ask. And I love the acronym of ASK. A-S-K. Ask, it shall be given. When it's not given, seek, you'll find. When you cannot find, knock at doors and they shall be opened. That comes from Matthew 7:7. Ask, seek, and knock. That's the spelling of acts. A-S-K. So remember, just asking verbally is not enough. Go and seek. Ask from them. You search. When you knock at doors, the doors don't open. You go search. Great. So that's it. The power of ambition. You must be willing to give your all. Resources, it will take money sometimes. I've put in, I invest honestly on my personal development and nothing else. If I want to achieve any area, success in any area, I meet the very best. And of course, they cost a lot. I put that time, I put that effort, resources, because there is no value to you actually finding your own worth and your value. There is no price to that tag because you're priceless. You're simply priceless. I invest both resources, time, effort, finances. For example, you want to become healthy, you need to invest the time. So that's been ambitious, and again, making it become a reality. Take it off that mind. No dream of yours or goal is unrealistic. It's a timing that's unrealistic. Whatever your mind can conceive, you believe it, write it down, confess it, it becomes a reality. And then eventually, what do? From that realization, you put a time bound. What will make that become a reality is the time space. The time can be unrealistic. You work based on time. Put time frames. Give yourself, start by setting simple goals. By 1 p.m. today, I accomplished this. By 2, so you become more disciplined. All right? And then eventually, you want to take those actions. They might not produce the results that you want, but there is no result without action. And one action at a time, it makes you calm. You are less nervous. You are less anxious because your mind is relaxed. Your mind is sending all of those dopamines, serotonin, endorphins, feel-good hormone that, Mary is taking action. Laura is taking action. Relax. Be calm. And it gives you a sense of satisfaction as well. And you can measure what you're doing. All right? And then there is time. I didn't say this time. Time waits for nobody. Time is definitive. You are either flowing with time or time is flowing past you. In about how many minutes? Today will be gone. We can't have this date any longer again. It will be gone. If we're not flowing in it to fulfill our purpose in alignment, the time will go ahead and will be left behind. So remember that time will not wait for you. It will not wait for me. It will not wait for me to get everything perfect. I can never get it all perfect because I'm imperfect. And eventually, you actually rest. You rest. Once you've taken this action, you just want to rest. Relax. Every now and then, just the eagle is the greatest bird in the bird kingdom. It's known for its vision. It's so powerful. It can see very clearly 5 miles ahead of it. So you can see its prey. In other words, it gives it confidence, because the more you see, if my eyes are open, I'm not afraid. So vision goes behind physical barriers, because you are seeing with your mind. So it's seeing beyond the physical barriers of your current situation. And the power of the eagle is its vision. It sees so far. And the one thing that's known about eagles as well, they don't live for so long, but the ones that live beyond, and longer, they do something. After about 38 years or so, they retreat. They go to a quiet place to the mountain. They start pluck off their talons, their feathers, to kind of revive, replenish. You might need to stop back sometimes. I always do that at the end of every year. I get off every turbulence. For me, before the new year, it's my time to replenish. I don't do any workshop, no sessions then, the last few weeks in a year, never. It's all about me, to replenish, to refuel, so I can serve fully. So we need to rest. I wish you all a truly incredible weekend and a glorious day, a beautiful day, and I love you all. I'll be leaving you now. Mary, thank you so very much. I'm going to share wide, and if you want to bless anyone, please share. Love you all, and thank you, Mary. Can I go now, Mary? I need permission from the wonderful Mary. Thank you, darling. And Laura, thank you all. Thank you, Shatney. Thank you, everyone. You all are incredible. You all are fantastic. I love you all. Thank you. Bye now. And thank you for having me.